What's up, everybody? Justin and my main man Cisco here, back with another hour 2 cents. But there's a lot going on today in my world. Well, let me first start off by this. Let me tell you a story of what happened on Saturday, I think it was. Um, it was a nice day on Saturday. Woke up a little later. Woke up feeling good too. And then around 11 or 12, I go out for a cigarette. And I see this dude walking a straight zigzag line down the back alley behind my house. Like, it was worse than a stumble. This motherfucker was walking a zigzag line. Alright? So, my fence, it got a tarp on it, so you can't really see in, but I can kind of see a little over it and out. Well, I see a hand go up on the wall next to a tree. So I just start talking shit. I mean, I got cameras in my backyard, so I'm like, yo, fool, everybody gotta see your little weenus. Put your little pee-pee away. A bird might mistake it as a little worm. And I was joking. My wife came out, she smoked a cigarette with me. Well, the cigarettes got done, and this man's hand is still up on the wall next to a tree. So now we smoked the whole cigarette. I go open the gate, and for the first time I was at a loss of words. I had nothing to say. This dude was doing the deed to a tree of heaven, a poisonous tree, full motion, bumping and grinding, thinking I don't even know, I was in a state of disbelief. So I went and got my bat. I chased this guy away. I told him I was going to crack his skull. He's lucky my daughter didn't see him, or else I would have hurt the man. That's one thing. If my daughter would have seen that, I would have been going in jail. Y'all would have been bailing me out right now. But, so we chased him away, and we go smoke another cigarette because that was too much excitement. Not every day you see somebody trying to fuck a poisonous tree. So my wife then, a couple minutes later, hey, I want to go to the store and get something to eat. And I'm like, all right, cool. Let me go check because I'm not trying to send him out and get hurt by a pervert. So I go out, open my gate, look up the alley, nothing there. I look down the alley, I don't see nothing. So there's a little parking lot back there. I walk down into the parking lot, I'm scanning, looking around. I look across the street. The dude's fucking a porch. Fucking a front porch. With the old lady standing in disgust, scared out of her wits. I grabbed my bat and I was ready to skull cap him. I slammed it on the banister next to his head. And I said, you have two choices. Either an ambulance or under your own free will. Now, I'm saying that to lead into the next part of what's on my opening dialogue here. But where is the morals of our society? Where'd they go? You can't tell me they disappeared over fucking night. Y'all don't have enough sense. You mess with a man's livelihood, his space, his family, dude, you're gonna get hurt. And that's the bottom line. Because I will protect mine, I will protect my neighborhood, I will protect my country. And there is plenty more out there. So keep pushing these buttons. One of these buttons is going to be the one that breaks the camel's back. And we're going to start snapping. That being said, I do not condone violence at all. But I do condone self-defense. But anyway, today's, you got anything to add to that? How do you feel about that? What would you have done if you would have seen a dude fucking a poisonous tree?
Well, I don't really have any words for that. It speaks volumes to the degradation of the spirit right now, because of all of the BS that they have put humanity through over the past 18 plus months. Now, I'm really trying to maintain a somewhat calm demeanor here, because as a human being, as a father, as a blue collar person my entire life, as somebody who's considered himself not overly patriotic, but I've always considered myself,
A proud American.
proud to be an American. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Same boat.
Not always proud of America, but always proud to be an American.
Yeah.
Now, this is one of those times where I'm not exceptionally proud to be an American now. Let me explain that. Because most people, when they say that from the view or the vantage point of a Antifa member or a BLM supporter or a BLM activist themselves.
Or just a genuinely disillusioned member of society.
But no, I'm saying this because right now I have literally watched my country allow itself to get ripped apart from the inside using Marxist communist manifesto rhetoric over a span of at least a good 40 years.
40, yeah. I agree with. No, well, I'd say it started a little bit before that, but yeah, 40, 50 years, around that ballpark.
So, now, I said all that to say this. You talked about a moral compass. I want to talk about another word that's been forgotten, and when it is used nowadays, people have absolutely no idea as to the meaning behind it. And that would be honor, folks. Honor. We have watched as our honor on the world stage
Well, it's been demoralized by the
has been not demoralized, eviscerated. Eviscerated. Why do I say eviscerated?
It's been Epsteined.
I say eviscerated for these reasons right here, and I'm gonna list them. We killed a country's leader under the white flag of truths. Under Hillary Clinton, we came, we saw, he died. That country got thrown into chaos. Slavery has been reinstituted into that country. Thank you, Hillary Clinton. You fucking worthless cunt.
Hey, when the man got a point, the man got a point.
Then we decide we're gonna throw our sacred treasure, our children, into a pointless war to protect the drug trade for the CIA for the next 20 some odd years.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And now under Biden and General Mad Dog Pussy Mattis wanting to put our soldiers in red pumps, you fucking transvestite looking homo.
well,
No, I don't care.
well, no, I wasn't.
I'm
Gonna say nothing
speaking
about
directly
that.
to the Pentagon chief himself, Mr. Mad Dog.
I gotta let you go, man. I went off on Biden like this a couple weeks ago. Go ahead.
Now you want us to leave our allies that we asked to help us in an enemy territory. You're asking us to leave them behind. They're being systematically hunted down and killed. This will be the second time that we have left allies out on the battlefield to get slaughtered. For what? And you want me to be proud of that? You want the armed forces to be proud of that?
Wait, hold on. See, that's where you're mistaken. I gotta put my foot down here. You're mistaken because you're confusing leadership for the country. All right, the country is totally different than its leadership.
The leadership that is in there right now is speaking for the country, whether we
They
like
don't,
it,
They don't speak for
whether
me. Fuck
we,
that. That's why I'm here
whether we
arguing
like
with
it
them.
or not, whether we like it or not, the America that you want is gone, bro. It's gone.
I know.
They're pissing on it right now. Its corpse is in the ground. Everyone needs to realize that because they're talking about going house to house now.
I was gonna get to that, but
And while we're sitting here arguing over whether or not we should be proud of a country that no longer exists, they're advancing on our positions, on our allies. And now they're talking about making mandatory those of us that are still in the armed forces that are loyal to this country. They want them to voluntarily poison themselves.
I know.
And the rest of us to do the same. While they're going around getting saline shots.
But see, it's kind of contradictory when you got the FDA talking about, oh, well, the vaccines are known to cause heart issues. So isn't that kind of contradictory to what they're trying to do?
That's exact. They're telling you, bro.
Well, I mean,
Stop getting the mixed messages. They're telling you we are going to force this on you, and we know it's going to hurt you.
That's one way to look at it. I know that. I mean, I know about
That's
it.
exactly what they're telling you. They're not mincing words. Now they're talking about, okay, we know you don't want to take it, so we're going to come to your house.
And we're going to give you the information you need. I mean,
and if you don't take it?
Last time they did that, wasn't that called the SS? Yeah. But everybody's saying it's not Germany. This ain't the 1984.
You got retailers. Whole cities emptying out of retailers.
Way to go, San Francisco.
And meanwhile, you got a bunch of cowards.
Running the show.
No. Following the circus. Getting up every day. And rather than making phone calls or showing up to a PTA meeting or going to a city council meeting or running for office, they're saying, I'm being a good citizen because I'm getting up every day and I'm going into a corporation that's making me put on a mask and segregate from other people. But I am a responsible citizen because I am paying taxes into this machine, which is grinding me, my family, and my children up. But no, my children, it's worse because they don't want to just grind them up. They want to pervert them.
No, they're just trying to take their sense of right or wrong away.
And if you speak up, whether you're black, Puerto Rican, Korean, Nicaraguan, Guatemalan, Ecuadorian, no matter what you are, if you speak up against that, you're a white supremacist, according to the Pentagon, according to DHS.
Well,
my tan might get lighter in the winter, it never goes away.
See, we're not white supremacists. We're not white, what do they say, white sympathizers. None of that. No. We're normal people that have normal thought. They didn't rob me from my free thought yet.
That have people
and that's why I'm here.
Protect.
And you know what? You can call me a political dissident. You can call me what you want to call me. I'm not gonna go out and hurt anybody just because I'm a patriot. You think I want to go hurt somebody? No.
No. Let's get this right. You can call me exactly what I am. I am an enemy to fascist dictatorship.
Yeah.
I am an enemy to anybody that would enslave humanity. I'm an enemy to anybody that would force untested, unproven gene therapies on people. And I'm proud to say I'm an enemy to any of those. And if you are any of those, then you're a coward and you're on the wrong channel.
Yeah. I mean, don't get it twisted. You know they're already fucking spying us. You know, every fucking text.
Yeah, and I've already given them the salute.
Me too. I'm not scared. You know, it's
my 2 cents. Let's get back on topic. My 2 cents came down to the word honor.
Well, it was supposed to be honor, political dissidents, patriotism, like opposites, it all goes hand in hand now.
Right.
Because they they outlawed it to be a patriot. They outlawed it to speak your mind on no matter what it is.
They want it to be okay.
If your views disagree with theirs, you're frowned upon. I'm not going to agree with everybody 100% of the time. Neither is my man here. You know, we disagree about things all the time too. But we're adults, so we talk about it, and at the end of the day, we may not agree, but we understand each other. And that's what builds a strong nation, understanding.
We come from a common place. Our color doesn't matter.
So stop teaching kids color.
Our bloodline doesn't matter. What matters to us is where we grew up.
Not even that. What matters is honor and loyalty and heart.
It matters
to me.
It matters to us that we have families and we have friends that we want to protect.
Yeah.
Not all of our friends are in common. Not our families aren't in common. But our will, our need, our instinct to protect ours is what we have in common. We have that in common.
Real human being.
Because we have an honor code that was instilled in us when this country still had a common belief system.
Work hard.
Play hard.
Yep. Earn your living and go home happy. And you know what? I like to work, so I'm not going to stop working. I mean, granted, if I had millions of dollars, I'd probably still want to work because, you know, it keeps me busy, gives me purpose. But honor has definitely been lost. But a lot of that is because the family has been broken up over the past 40 years.
If you're getting up every single day and your only thoughts are, I have to be at work, I can't be late. I've got to pay this bill, I can't be late. I've got to go do this, and it's all routine. And in that routine, you're not leaving space to talk to your congressman, your senator, your local city councilman, your block captain. If you're not leaving out space in your busy, hectic schedule with your kids and your work and everything else, if you're not leaving out space at this critical junction in history to be exceptionally active in the political decisions that are being made on your behalf, regardless of whether you do politics or not, these things are being made and being done.
And they're going to affect you regardless.
And they're going to affect you. They want to take away meat. They want to get to carbon neutral. Let me explain what carbon neutral means.
Check this out. I was watching something earlier, and dude, it blew my mind because it was very like common sense, but you don't think of it. Like the dude broke down how many burgers are eaten at McDonald's every day, and it was for a year it was an exorbitant amount of like tonnage, and you needed like I think he said 110 million. Cow or whatever, head of cow, whatever the case may be. But it was some exorbitant amount like that. My question is, how do we even have that many cattle roaming the North America to provide all them burgers? Doesn't make sense, does it?
We don't have that many in North America, but this is worldwide.
But I'm just saying that as an example.
And even further, that all that aside.
So they've been feeding us bullshit for how long now? Slime.
They want to get to carbon neutral. Carbon neutral. That means no more carbon emissions at all, period.
Well, I'd like to know how they're going to do that, because how do we get our electricity? That dirties us more, right?
Not just that, but when you fart, that's carbon.
I know, when I breathe.
You yourself are carbon.
I know.
So.
Well, that's what I've been saying with this fucking carbon tax. So people don't get it.
Every new kid is going to be more carbon. Yep. So it's never going to be carbon neutral until everyone's gone. Do you understand that?
Well, that's why they want to be technocrats. Like they want to live on forever. The top 1%, the Soroses,
Right.
the Teslas,
And the rest-
all them guys, they want to live on forever. So they want to put their essence into a machine. So now everybody's subservient to them, and they're already connected to the internet because their essence is already in that machine. There you go. Now what?
I just, like I said, without getting into left field, I'm telling you that they're already publicly stating to you repeatedly on every broadcast station, on every news station around the world.
Oh yeah,
they
and
are
it's
talking about
the same script.
carbon neutral.
But that's only for certain countries, because China don't have to be.
Understand what that, well, exactly. Understand though what that means for you, the person watching this video. If you think that you are in the club,
No.
unless you've got more zeros than
Unless
you
you
can
go
shake
into their parties, drinking their drink.
even if you're going to their parties, it has nothing to do with whether you're going. If your bank account doesn't have a certain amount of zeros behind it, period. Period. Parties, no parties. Hollywood, no Hollywood. Star, no star. Political, whatever. Fuck that. If it doesn't have so many zeros behind it,
or if they can't use you in the way they want to,
you even if they can, look at Epstein.
Well, his use ran out because he got caught.
Right. You are not in the club.
Yeah.
Period. If you haven't gotten your little piece of paper in the mail saying that you're a member of a new secret society up in space, which is exactly what they've created. They're creating a whole new civilization up there.
They're trying to.
And they've publicly stated it. And if you haven't gotten your membership card to that yet, guess what? You're not in the club.
No. But I mean, there's other stuff going on too. Like I was watching something else, and the shit going on with the sun and the earth is triggering all the earthquakes and the volcanic eruptions.
Well, we knew that was coming with the grand solar minimum. I put that out on.
Oh yeah,
on
me too. We've been saying that.
social media a long time ago.
But I personally didn't understand how deep it goes because it's a polar switch too. So it's all this with the sun and the polar switch. So now there's going to be areas that were cold that are now hot and hot that are now cold and vice versa. It's coming. They say this will be biblical. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be by the end of it all.
Well, I tell you what is going to be biblical. What's going to be biblical is when they sit there and they go door to door in a country that swore up and down
You're not going to do it.
That it would never happen here.
Well, we knew it would. I mean, every other country is a test run first before they get here because they know we're going to stand
and all
up
I
the
can
most.
say, and all I can say to you cowards that are allowing this to happen, that are allowing all of this to happen, when the dust settles, regardless of whether or not we win or your side, the tyrannical side, wins, regardless of what happens, understand this. You sold out your grandkids. You sold out your country.
Your neighbors.
You sold out everybody.
Your husbands, your wives.
For your 10 pence of silver. And I'm going to leave it at that. May the chains rest lightly on your shoulders and forget you were our countrymen.
Hey, that was a good point there. Good point. But and once they do start going door to door and they start locking people up, the jails are already going to be overcrowded, right? So you can look into this. I don't really care, but I know it's a fact. A lot of the malls are owned by a very, what was it, one or two companies or something like that?
Yep.
But they made deals with the federal government to be encampment centers.
Yep.
Along with the Walmarts making deals to be used as FEMA sensors.
Yep.
What the fuck do you think is going to happen to those who won't take their poison? I mean, it's it. And they've had this in the works for 4, 5, 6 years now. Because I remember hearing this then, thinking, yeah, that's bullshit. And then I started looking up on it, and it's there, black and white.
Right back.
Go ahead. But, you can say I'm crazy. You can say I need a tinfoil hat. But the fact of the matter is this. the government has experimented on us under several presidents, had to apologize under, I think the latest one was the Clintons, the Kiltons. Yeah, don't forget about Billy Boy apologizing for experimenting on his citizens. And then there's another thing that came out, I guess it was like almost a month ago now. And I started looking into it because I'm a little backlogged because, you know, like me and a bunch of other Americans, my main income is my job. And this is a side gig that I just do it for like therapy. Because if not, I'm just going to be like every other person here and just blow up on shit. But I'm not trying to be a Karen. Or a Ken or whatever the fuck the male version equivalent to Karen is. Alright? So this is my therapy. And, you know, I do the best with what I got. And I do my research before I put it on the table for y'all. Now, that with my 2 cents, this is all opinion. Alright, so basically it's open reins. But, feel free to fact check anything we say. Because I know my receipts are there. I know Cisco's receipts are there. I've checked them myself. You know, I guess my point is, I never thought this is the way I'd get into, like, doing productions. Life has a funny way of, God has a funny way of putting us where we need to be at a given time. And I hope this is my cause. I mean,
sitting in front of a camera was never my calling.
It was never my calling either. I mean, I'm a creative mind. I've been blessed with that. But
true that. Ditto.
You know, I'm not really trying to be an influencer or nothing. I just want to bring y'all the facts and try to help y'all be awake versus woke.
Nah, like, screw that. I'm going to tell it like it is.
Well, that's what I mean.
This is survival. If y'all don't wake up, if y'all don't start doing your own research, start educating yourselves as to what's really happening in the world, and stop getting your information spoon-fed to you by cable news or even non-cable news. Like, if you don't start...
Hey, the best place of information is the government website. Because they tell you their SPARS document, the SPARS 2025 documents. Yeah, look into that, because that'll be the next COVID that shoves its foot up your ass. Just saying.
Yeah, like, y'all really, like, if you haven't picked up what we're throwing down yet and ran, like, started pulling out a string and just unraveling it, if you haven't started doing that yet, I say pull a string, any string. Anything we've mentioned, just grab it.
I mean, the last Logic in Charge, I put the receipts there. And I continue to, I plan on keep doing that.
Like I said, just grab a string and start pulling. You'll be amazed at where it leads you.
Yeah, and it probably, like, it's all ran by the same people.
Yeah.
Klaus Schwab, George Soros.
Those are the ones that we know of.
Well, yeah, they're the faces, but
right.
They're probably, I mean, yeah, because, you know, I watched that one video you sent me a while back, and it detailed a lot of them, and like a couple of them I never heard of. So yeah, I'm sure there's people above them, but they sit all at the same table.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That goes back to that, you know, you don't got your card yet, you fucked.
Yep. If you haven't got your invite yet, you're not one of them.
But anyway.
So even if you think you are, and you know that you're directly working with one you know is one, if you ain't got your card, guess what? When time comes, you're their shield.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you already seen BLM and Antifa say whites to the front. But this time it's not going to be just us.
Nope.
Sorry.
They're taking everybody, including your kids. They especially your kids.
Oh yeah, because if you can indoctrinate them right, you got free slavery.
Just look at what they're doing right now, and you can see the response is visceral, and it's gonna get worse.
Oh yeah, the biggest teachers union okayed the fucking bullshit project.
Pull your kids out of public schools.
Yeah, we can't have it. If you expect them to have free thought, if you want them to be their own person,
pull your kids out of public schools. find a very decent curriculum online and find a way.
And
Find a
honestly,
way.
look,
Everyone's got a brother or a cousin they trust, or an aunt they trust, or an uncle they trust, or somebody that they trust that can watch their kids while they are working, and vice versa. Make it a community thing. They're all
yeah,
like,
community. But that's it. We gotta take it back to the communities, and we gotta take it back to small business, and honestly, that's the only way we're gonna be able to defeat this terror, this tyrannous attack on America,
but
is by
understand,
supporting local.
but understand that if
But
you're
I
anywhere
wanted to bring
near,
something else up since you brought up the educant system, right? And the indoctrination system. But first off, what makes it mandatory? Why? Put some pencil neck dickhead signed a paper? Fuck him. We the people should be able to educate our kids the way we need to, for what they need to learn. Teach them a trade instead of maybe math ain't their thing. All right, maybe they're good with counting, but they can't do a lot of complex problems. So maybe they're an awesome mechanic though. And that's what we're losing because they're pumping color and false history so they can turn around and make it repeat 50, 100 years down the road.
no, it's a full-on perversion. Because it's not just history.
No, well,
It
that's what I'm
goes.
saying.
It
They're
goes.
erasing it so that way they can redo
They're,
everything that they're doing now again.
They're destroying everything. I talked to a lady
Oh,
the
yeah.
other day that was talking about how she was trying to help her daughter do math, and the math problems that she was trying to teach her daughter, she couldn't do because
They
had
wanted
made
it done a common core.
right.
I remember trying to learn that with my son, and I was banging my fucking head off the wall. And then I did it the right way, and I was 10 times faster.
They're purposely trying
Stupefying.
to and pervert the kids. They're trying to dumb down the kids, and they're trying to pervert them.
Now ask yourself, why would they do that? Why?
No.
So they could have stupid people that they could do whatever they want
I got a better question. Why would you let them?
Ooh. He hit the nose on that one.
Why would you let them? They're your kids. You're supposed to protect them, right? You're supposed to look out for them.
Well, the government says it's good. When you gotta get it through your head that the government isn't good. Because they don't have heart. They don't. They don't care about everyday people. They were never an everyday person. Please believe that. They weren't like me and you and people that have to work for a living. They weren't us.
What? You don't
So
think
why
that,
would you want them to represent us?
you don't think that ice cream eating Skeksis Pelosi was ever...
Sorry, you said her name. I had to throw up.
You don't think that she was ever a everyday person?
My quiver tells me no. But in any case, like, if we expect to survive through this shit, guys, we got to pull together on some kind of common grounds. It can't stay like this, because if it's gonna stay like this, it's just we're gonna rip at the seams, and I don't want that. But then again, look, Venezuela was strong before 2017.
Fasten your seatbelts, kiddos.
We going on a coaster?
It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
I guess we going on a coaster. But I guess the time is coming, though. Eventually, you'll see. I just hope my words can reach a couple of y'all before it's too late. And if you think, like I said, if you think the government's above this, do a little research on how many times they researched on people, on their own people. I mean, the most famous, like I've mentioned several times before, the Tuskegee syphilis experiment. And as I was mentioning when you walked away, the Clintons had to apologize for experimenting on people.
If you grew up anywhere near our time, if you were an 80s child, your kids are being taught to hate you.
Yeah, well, yeah, because, Big Brother's good for you. No, I'm
That's
sorry.
that's the best way to put it. If you were an '80s child or before '80s, your child is being taught to hate you
Yeah.
if they go to public school. And again,
And you know what's funny? Like I
I
seen these
reiterate,
changes coming while I was in school. Like
and
they
again,
stopped the shop classes, they stopped the home ec. You know, I watched it happen and I didn't think nothing of it because I was young. But now I see it for the big picture.
and again, I just got to restate the question: why would you let them?
Who's easier to control, the person that is able to think for themselves or somebody that's indoctrinated? Think on that until the next time we speak, guys, please. So, with that, I'm going to let y'all think. Other than that, it's been my 2 cents with Cisco and Hoff. Y'all have a good night.